The German shepherd's claws scraped against the marble floor of the courthouse as he pulled with desperate determination, his powerful muscles straining against Officer Marcus Chen's grip on the leash. Rex had never behaved like this before. The usually disciplined canine unit dog was acting as if his life depended on getting into that courtroom. Marcus stumbled forward, his polished boots sliding on the smooth surface, as 200 pounds of pure canine determination dragged him past the wildered lawyers and court staff. The bailiff's hand instinctively moved to his radio, unsure whether to call for backup or simply watch this bizarre scene unfold. What Rex had sensed beneath the judge's bench would change everything anyone thought they knew about justice, loyalty, and the unbreakable bond between a child and her four-legged guardian. If you believe in the power of second chances, the magic of animal loyalty, and the kind of kindness that can change lives forever, please like this. Share it with someone who needs to hear this story, and subscribe to Loyal Hearts. Your support helps us bring you more incredible true stories of love, hope, and the extraordinary bonds that make life worth living. Marcusin had been Rex's handler for 3 years, and in that time, the dog had never once disobeyed a direct command. They were the perfect team. Rex's nose could detect drugs, explosives, and missing persons with an accuracy that had made them legends in the department. But today, something was different. Rex had been restless all morning, whining softly in the patrol car as they drove past the courthouse on their routine patrol. When Marcus tried to continue past the building, Rex had begun pawing at the window with such intensity that Marcus finally decided to investigate. The moment they entered the courthouse, Rex's behavior became even more erratic. His nose worked frantically, his ears perked forward with laser focus, and his entire body vibe. Share it with someone who needs to hear this story, and subscribe to Loyal Hearts. Your support helps us bring you more incredible true stories of love, hope, and the extraordinary bonds that make life worth living. Marcusin had been Rex's handler for 3 years, and in that time, the dog had never once disobeyed a direct command. They were the perfect team. Rex's nose could detect drugs, explosives, and missing persons with an accuracy that had made them legends in the department. But today, something was different. Rex had been restless all morning, whining softly in the patrol car as they drove past the courthouse on their routine patrol. When Marcus tried to continue past the building, Rex had begun pawing at the window with such intensity that Marcus finally decided to investigate. The moment they entered the courthouse, Rex's behavior became even more erratic. His nose worked frantically, his ears perked forward with laser focus, and his entire body vibe. The frightened child from her hiding place. The little girl, whose name was Sophia, had been missing for over 3 hours. Her frantic grandmother had been searching the entire courthouse, and security had been quietly conducting their own search to avoid causing panic. But it was what happened next that would be remembered long after the legal proceedings were forgotten. As Sophia emerged from beneath the bench, still shaking with fear, her eyes met Emma's across the courtroom. Emma, who had been watching the entire scene with the kind of mature understanding that comes from experiencing too much loss too young, slowly stood up. Without asking permission, she walked over to where Sophia sat on the floor next to Rex, who continued to provide comfort with his massive, gentle presence. Emma knelt down beside the younger girl, and began speaking in soft, soothing Spanish, the language she had learned from her late mother. She told Sophia that she was safe now, and that sometimes being scared was okay, because there were always people and animals who cared enough to find you when you were lost. Sophia's tears gradually stopped as Emma continued talking, her small hand reaching out to pet Rex's fur, while Emma held her other hand. Judge Hawthorne watched this interaction with growing emotion, being a family court judge for over 15 years. And she had seen countless cases of children lost in a system that sometimes seems too big and too complicated to truly protect them. But watching Emma instinctively comfort another child, seeing her natural empathy and strength despite her own circumstances, something shifted in the judge's perspective. Here was a child who had every reason to be bitter and withdrawn, yet she was choosing kindness and courage. The custody hearing resumed an hour later, but everything had changed. The prospective adoptive parents who had been considering Emma watched as she continued to comfort. Until the little girl's grandmother arrived. They saw Emma's bilingual abilities, her natural leadership, and her incredible capacity for empathy. More importantly, they saw a child who, despite her losses, had not lost her ability to love and protect others. Rex, meanwhile, had become an instant courthouse celebrity. Sophia's grandmother, through tears of gratitude, kept trying to offer him treats from her purse, while Sophia herself refused to leave his side until she absolutely had to. The dog seemed to understand his role as protector and comfort giver, remaining calm and gentle throughout the entire ordeal. 3 weeks later, Emma Rodriguez was legally adopted by the Martinez family, who had been so moved by her actions that day that they knew she belonged with them. At the adoption ceremony, Judge Hawthorne made an unusual request. She asked if Officer Chen and Rex could be present for the proceedings. As Emma signed her new name for the first time, Rex sat, his tail wagging as if he understood the significance of the moment. The story of Rex's heroic rescue had spread throughout the courthouse and beyond. But for those who witnessed it firsthand, the real miracle wasn't just that Rex had found a lost child. It was that in doing so, he had helped everyone present rediscover the fundamental truth, that sometimes the most important cases aren't decided by law books or legal precedents, but by the simple recognition of human kindness and the courage to act when someone needs help. Emma later said that watching Rex refuse to give up on finding Sophia taught her that she should never give up on finding where she belonged either. And Rex. Well, Rex continued to serve as a canine officer, but he also became something more. A reminder that heroes come in all forms, that loyalty knows no bounds, and that sometimes the most important rescues happen not in dark alleys or dangerous situations, but in the quiet moments when someone about a stranger's well-being. Asterisk. If this story of unexpected heroes, second chances, and the power of compassion touched your heart, please don't scroll past without letting us know. Hit that like button. Share this video with someone who needs to believe in miracles, and subscribe to Loyal Hearts for more stories that remind us why kindness matters. Your engagement helps us continue sharing these incredible true stories of love, hope, and the extraordinary bonds that connect us all. Thank you for being part of our community of believers in the power of Loyal Hearts. Asterisk.